The environmental watchdog refuses to assess the shark cull policy.
The risk to target and non-target species was negligible.
Campaigning in earnest, but Labor's top Senate candidates nowhere to be seen. A public row. A top US politician accuses the CIA of spying on Congress. And an Australian capital city shut down by a massive power breakdown. Good evening, James McHale with ABC News. The Environmental Protection Authority says there's no need to assess WA's controversial shark cull, despite the tens of thousands of submissions sent to it about the policy. It means baited drums will remain off Perth beaches, with the EPA saying they pose a negligible risk to the shark population.
104 sharks have now been caught on drumlines off Perth and southwest beaches since the trial began in January. After months of protests and a failed Supreme Court bid to have the program halted, conservation groups were dealt another blow when the EPA announced there was no justification for an environmental assessment.
This program is of a very limited duration and of a very, very small scale. And the risk assessment that was conducted, which was a key piece of advice into EPA, determined that the risk to target and non-target species was negligible.
There were 23,000 public submissions to the EPA, 10 times more than it's ever received for any other proposal.
80 to 95% of Australians are against this drumline program. It's receiving world condemnation. It's an absolute national shame, and it's a situation that is not reflective on the people of Australia.
There's a lot of public discourse out there about this issue, but whether or not surfers in Scarborough or night clubbers at Northbridge, what they think about sharks being killed is independent of EPA's impact assessment process.
Not a single great white has been caught on the drumlines, which are due to be pulled from the water once the trial period is up at the end of April.
Well, the program clearly has been a failure on any measure. Even if you thought culling sharks was a good idea, the parameters that the government have set, they haven't met.
The state government says it'll continue with plans to extend the program into next summer. But the EPA has stressed that any new proposal should be referred to the authority before it's implemented.
The Fisheries Minister Ken Baston says he's talking with the Commonwealth Department of Environment and the EPA about the future of the program. Charlotte Hamlin, ABC News.